Okay, guys, so tip number 7 is a site called worldwidebrands.com. It's a paid service that provides a list of possible dropshippers that you can call. But I'll tell you right now, guys, don't pay for this just yet. I don't think it's something you need to spend your money on. It's just an area that I found some success in from time to time. But I'm not affiliate with them at all, and they do cost money. So just be careful. I have seen people use this and come up with some success because they will share with you real dropshippers, real wholesalers, but it's very vague and some of it is outdated. Some of these dropshippers don't really work anymore. And really, it's not that hard to find dropshippers. I can show you a much easier way to do it. But if you have the budget, if you want to do it, then go ahead and give them a try. It's really not the worst tool in the world, but it's not the greatest. But the cool thing about this is that you can actually start looking for a niche and learn about dropshipping categories and learn about wholesalers and just get straight to the point. You just get straight to what it is you want to sell. But you'll find the products here are more general, more vague, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing either. So as a quick tip, I have used worldwidebrands.com to find products before. I think it's like $300-400 to subscribe to this thing. So again, only do it if it's within your budget. But why not give you the chance to know about it at least, right? And you already know about some of the other tools, but Weird.com is another one I use. Weird.com is kind of interesting in that it's not always about like furniture, it's just some weird stuff. And I love weird, I love unique, I love bougie. Like look at this set of socks, right? That looks supposedly super weird. Certain products, let's you can see this keep track of all your action at home with the Aura home monitor. These weird looking AR glasses are so look, am I going to drop ship, this home monitor? No, but it's all about like opening your mind to different product opportunities and seeing what's out there and coming up with ideas that you would have never. It's so funny. I actually have this backpack. It's a cool backpack that you would have never otherwise thought of, right? So these are all the tools and tips I use, guys. So just to recap again, guys, I always start off by asking my own network. You guys remember that even previous to that lesson, I told you just pick a category, right? And know what to look for, and then realize what you actually need. Ask friends and family for tips and advice. Brainstorm from scratch. Uh, Always brainstorm from scratch if you don't have an existing idea using some of these quick tip tools. Tip number 1 was my list of 30,000 Shopify stores ranked, which you should have a link to below this module. Using exchange.shopify.com, a marketplace of stores for Shopify stores for sale. Fancy.com is one of my favorite ones. Pionic, you're going to have to subscribe and sign up for it, but it's free. Pinterest, I cannot emphasize Pinterest enough. It's like the new Google Shopping. Crazetrend.com is a good one. Smartly is amazing, especially if you use their Facebook fan page and subscribe to it. Worldwide Brands is one I used. That's a paid service that actually lists the actual suppliers for me. And Weird.com. Now, there's so many other resources out there, guys. These are just some of the ones I like to use when I brainstorm product ideas. And I don't overcomplicate the process because, like I keep telling you guys, it's all about drilling for oil. It doesn't hurt to just go with something, find a supplier, and just test it. But remember, don't take more than 1 to 2 weeks on this. And if you take longer than 1 to 2 weeks, then you need to step back and really pick something, right? And the best way to do that is just pick what's working. So utilize more of the sites that have things for sale that you know are already making money, like Shopify Exchange, or I like to go to bizbuysell.com. So bizbuysell is a platform. Actually, I sold my first high ticket dropship store that I showed you guys, hopefully if you watched my previous webinars, for right around $2 million doing this thing called the Done For You program with this other mentor I worked with where they build out my store. So that's why I always advocate the Done For You program. If you guys are ever interested in that, don't hesitate to reach out to me or my team or comment below. But the best way really is just to reach out to my team and send us an email and just say, hey guys, I want the Done For You program because it's changed my life. Having someone, build my store for me, validate my niche, it really went a long way. And anyways, bizbuysell.com, guys, is a really cool resource I use. It's literally like the largest marketplace of businesses for sale in the world. And I'm not talking about just e-commerce or online. So when you go to bizbuysell.com, you want to make sure you narrow your search down to category and click on online and technology, and make sure you select anywhere, any state and region, because they'll try to get you to pinpoint it down, in any price. Click go, and you can see here you have tons. Now be careful, because some of these stores I would never drop ship from or buy, but they might have some really good ideas. So for example, the first thing I see on here, and you might not see it when by the time you see this video, but we're seeing it now because it's always updated, is this Amazon FBA dropshipping business. Now if you're familiar with Amazon, you know, or my method, you know I don't like to dropship on Amazon. FBA just means fulfilled by Amazon, and this particular business does pretty well. 1.8 million is what they're asking for, does 664,000 cash flow. Good for them. I would try to find out what the heck they're selling. Maybe it's something we can drop ship. Fishing tackle company that's doing really good online. It's an e-commerce store selling fishing tackle. Bam! I just thought about an idea of a product that I never otherwise would have thought of because of bizbuysell.com. Fishing equipment, right? These guys are willing to spend some serious money, and obviously some guy has an e-commerce store that's doing really well. So you see how powerful this can be, guys, just using bizbuysell.com. And this is probably the #1 marketplace in the world for businesses for sale. So that's my top tips. Now, how do you keep track of all this? First and foremost, make sure you download our niche picking worksheet, and I want you to write down, consider this your homework, write down the top, as many niches as you can, as many products as you can, as many categories as you can. List up to 50 categories or different products that you can reference back, because we want to, again, drill for oil. You're always going to be updating this list. I like to use things like Trillo or Google Docs. These are two of my favorites. So Trillo is literally a free service you can use. It's Trello.com, and it's like these little drag and paste boards that I love to use. So you can see here I use it for my own store. I use it for all my store in the box members, my done for you members. I use it to run all my stuff, even to all my other stores. And let's say we create a new board. We're going to call this board niche selection. And here's what's going to happen. So it's going to come here, and it's going to create this board where we can start adding something. So we can say niche ideas, right? And we can say dropship friendly, because we find out it's dropship friendly. We can say, you know, all the categories we want to make sure it has. We can even just say, you know, product ideas, for example. We can say, we can check off if it's dropship friendly. We can check off if basically it meets our metrics, right? So if it meets all our metrics, then we're going to say, you know, dropship friendly. Then we're going to say called supplier and validated niche. And those are the real things, right? So when you're actually going through Trillo, what I do is I actually create boards, right? So I might say product idea. The first one is chandeliers, right? And the second one could be that, I mean, it could be a variety of products, but let's just say we decide office chairs. Oh, office chairs. And then we want to look for the supplier, right? So later on, when you guys go through the supplier approval course and finding suppliers, you can say, oh, okay, well, now I'm going to write down the type of supplier, right? So, oh, XYZ company makes it. And here's their contact number. Here's their person of contact. I called and I found the account rep's name is so-and-so, and save it, right? And then we're going to say, okay, if you talk to somebody and they give you an application, okay, application received. You see what I'm saying? This becomes kind of like a point of reference for everything you're doing. And you can even move the cart around to different areas and validate a niche. Great. You see what I'm saying? And this can keep going and going and going as far as you want. So really, really cool thing. I also love to use Google Docs. It's both free. It's both really cool tools. It's up to you how you want to use it, guys, but there's no right or wrong answer. You can even write it down on a sketch paper, guys, and you'd be just fine. So my homework assignment for you is to write down all this stuff, okay? Write down as many niches as possible, but let's say you're only focusing on one. Well, if you're only focusing on one product and you write down this product, you find out it's dropship friendly, then we want to make sure that it's something that at least it's trending on Google. So we're going to use Google research tools like Google Trend and Keyword and the next module to validate this niche. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.